when it comes to the styling of the bike, I think the front end is really nice. It's got a nice bright LED headlight, which has got a nice grille, just basically covering it up, which does set it off quite nicely. I wasn't too keen initially on the way the dial is set offset. It's quite like asymmetrical BMW where they've got the weird headlight looking, but I'm actually growing on it. It does look quite nice. It's got a nice front white hugger, which again is just going to take a little bit of cleaning to keep nice and shiny, but it's not a big deal. Nice black telescopic forks. The front end does look pretty unique. It's got obviously this cowling that goes around the headlight and around the dial slightly, just to give it a bit of character. Down here on the side of the bike, I like how they've got the air grill kind of like for the intake. This is only on the right hand side, the off side of the bike. It's not on the left hand side. On the left hand side you've got a electrical rectifier that just obviously vents out any heat or anything like that. Down on the side you've got your exhaust. That is a really nice little stubby exhaust. I do like that. A lot of these brand new bikes come with big old ugly disgusting exhaust systems. That I'd be happy to keep that. I mean, yeah, if I wanted some more noise I'd look at changing it, but ultimately it suits the style of the bike really well. Yamaha have also given it a nice bronzy gold look to the clutch there. That's a really nice casing. The bike has LEDs all around, and the rear light here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is really smart. It's just a small little circular light, but I tell you what, it enough makes a world of difference. You can really see that at night. Fantastic styling. What we've also got, we've got the indicators, nice bright LEDs again, and I think the brake light, yeah, there we go, brake light works integrated into that rear light. So tail tidy on this bike, I wouldn't even bother, because it is set up really nicely on the rear end there. I mean, you could get away with tail tidy, but it looks fantastic as it is straight out of the box from Yamaha. Yamaha have also designed this really nice looking seat. It's quite ribbed. It is very soft, really nice fat padding on that one. I've not had any issues with this at all riding it. Granted, I haven't done many miles on it so far, but what I have done is been very comfortable. Got a little grab handle here as well, so you can maneuver the bike forward and backwards. Very good styling. Big thumbs up there on the seat quality and the seat comfort. The tank design here is really nice. Obviously get rid of those stickers and it's going to look a lot nicer. You've got a nice little lip here just to protect it when your keys dangle across the tank when you open up your fuel. You've got the XSR logo on the top of the tank there. Nice blue and darker blue detailing down the side, and obviously you've got your knee protectors for your tank there as well, which are I believe they are an optional extra, but ultimately it does set it off very nicely. Now, when it comes to the actual dials and the display of this bike, it is very small. However, it is easy to read everything that you need to read on this bike. You've got your fuel gauge down the bottom, you've got your gear indicator at the top, your speedo in the middle, your miles that you've travelled, your odo reading. You can press a couple of buttons, you get your different trips on there. You've got your MPG. What else have we got there? We've got average miles per gallon. I'm trying to read this upside down. So your ambient temperature, your air temperature. Oh, so the first one was oil temperature. Next one is air temperature, your clock, and back again. Really simple. There's not a lot to it. It's a basic bike, but it works. It doesn't get tiring on the motorway, which is really nice. Around 70 miles an hour, the front end does feel quite light, and even when I like wobble it now, you can feel the front is extremely light. But it's one of those. Every bike has got its negative points, and in the reality, the reality of things is that a light front end isn't going to cause you that many issues. You're going to get used to riding it. I think if you put some panniers, some saddlebags on this bike, it would look absolutely fantastic, because I think it's the XSR-900 actually can come with saddlebags, or it might be even the 900 or 700. One of them at Yamaha does have them, and it looks phenomenal. It's just a nice kind of retro modern looking motorcycle. I really do like it. I could easily see myself owning one of these bikes. It's definitely on my list of bikes that I want to, that I would own. It kind of looks a little bit like the R9T if you'd stick a dirty great big boxer engine outside of it, you could pass it off potentially as it's kind of sibling, maybe. But yeah, I honestly really like it. Maybe the price is a little bit steep, £8,000, £8,500, but yeah, I mean, we don't pay that for the bikes outright, do we? We pay it monthly, we keep them for a couple of years, and we chop them in. So if you're looking at a monthly payment of around £200, that is, whoa, that is flooded. That is really, oh, the Africa Twin would have been amazing through that. Then yeah, monthly payments on it, keeping it around the £200 point, yeah, you're going to have a cracking bike for that. It's a bike that you can easily filter through traffic, get on well with for city riding, and then at the weekends it has got more than enough grunt to take it on the twisties out to your local biker cafe and have a good time. It is, like I said, an A2 bike, so it can be made compliant for the riders among us that do not have a full license. So that's a nice little bonus for people. And then when you get your full license, get the restriction taken off, and you're gonna have a cracking bike, just like the MT-07. Yamaha really are making these low power bikes appealing to people who've still got them after they've gained their full license, because they're really torquey, and I mean really torquey. You pull your throttle and you're going. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it's not a sports bike and you're not going to tear the road up like an absolute animal, but nonetheless you're still going to put a smile on your face, and I've still got enough power to do all that. So the suspension is a little bit on the stiff side, not overly stiff. I mean, it's not going to cause me any issues. Maybe I'd look at softening the rear a little bit. She's on her phone, softening the rear. But that said, in the 100 and something miles that I've ridden this bike now, I haven't actually thought, you know what, I really need to sort the suspension out. Obviously there was the Honda CB650R, which was horrific. That actually gave me a headache and I wanted to get off the bike. This one, I actually look forward to riding it. It is such a fun bike. But in some respects, I don't actually want to get off of it. I just want to keep going. Just keep taking it out there for a ride. Petrol prices are creeping up again, aren't they? £1.41. Rear brake is actually quite good as well. It's one of the few motorbikes that I can say has a rear brake that if you stamp on it, it is definitely going to stop you. Getting onto motorways as well at motorway speeds, again, the bike is not causing you any issues. It's quite comfortable at doing that. Give it a little filter all the way through. No dramas there. So even with heavy traffic, the filtering is very good. I like it. It leans in lovely. It's got a real nice like rider feedback. You can really get the bike leaning, switching lanes as well before anyone kills me. No, that's good. Moves nice. Grip the tank with your legs, push it over. She moves well. Yeah, maybe just like I said, just adjust the suspension ever so slightly, give it a little bit more bounce. I mean, actually, when you bounce the rears, I think it might be because I'm sitting quite far forward. Feels quite, I mean, can I sit further back? Yeah, I suppose if you sit further back, that's a little bit nicer, but I couldn't sit in that position for a long period of time. Sitting further forward like I'm doing now is so much comfier. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just let's do a 0 to say 60. Let's give it a go. Here we go. Alright, here we go. So there we go. She does pull very nicely. There's no issues with getting up to speed on this bike. Even at speed, she does handle pretty damn well. A little bit bumpiness on this road. It's a good test of suspension. And backing off. Front brakes are very, very good on this bike. When you're even going slow, you pull the brakes and you definitely know you've pulled them. Let's bring it back up towards 60. There we go. Looking around the corner. She leans in well, tyres are good.
good grip, feels confidence, inspiring. Back up near 60, popping those brakes on. You'll notice the Insta360's gone. The battery pretty much ran out on it, so I could have got the other one out, but I couldn't be bothered. It's quite flooded around here. A little bit of rain lately, and I'm hoping I can actually get to the Osborne View today, because the Osborne View was an unbelievable pub. For those of you who know, oh, what a pub. Beautiful location right on the beach, summertime. The beer garden was packed out all the time, and yeah, brilliant food as well. The food was amazing, and unfortunately caught fire a few days ago, and it is no more. The fire looked absolutely brutal. I mean, it tore that place apart. I'll try and find some pictures of the place before and after, and yeah, what a stunning restaurant. Cancel. What a stunning restaurant. Cancel. Yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful restaurant, really nice, and yeah, it's gone. Absolutely gutted. I always have that restaurant as pretty much one of my favourite restaurants of all times, because it was just perfect. Yeah, honestly, I'll tell you what, the XSR-700, the XSR-700, what a bike. You get this thing on the twisties, she will perform. You get this thing on the motorways, you're pretty comfortable. You get this thing on the A roads, honestly, it is a cracking bike. Get down to Yamaha, get down to Crescent Yamaha and take this bike out. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know. Right, where is the Osborne? Oh wow, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to park up and I'm going to get some footage on my phone, zoom in and let you guys see it. You ain't going to be able to see it at the moment. God, that looks eerie. Honestly, that looks like something out of a horror film. Well, can't really see much of it this way. I'll tell you what, I'm on a motorbike. I'm just going to take it out of gear, turn it off and walk it. There you go. Joys of having a motorbike. Not causing any issues there. Right, well. God, what a mess. What a mess, what a shame. God, I can still smell the burning embers. God, that stinks. What an absolute shame. Look at it. Burnt out. Wow. What a shame. That is one very good pub now gone. God, sometimes it's a bit cheeky having a motorbike, isn't it? Especially a light one like this. I mean, the GTR, I could have pushed that through, but I'd have been puffing and blowing like a lunatic having pushed the GTR through. I think when I go on holiday, I'm going to have to get the Insta360 plugged in on permanent power, because that really didn't last long. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Why are you indicating to go left round the road? God, some people are really stupid. Anyway, right, here we go. National again. Let's have one little last blip on the bike. Right, international, here we go. Again, I can't go too crazy on this one because it is quite narrow, but I mean, it's one of those bikes that Got something coming at me. Was it a van? No, car. It's one of those bikes that, even though it's got only 54 horsepower roughly, you can just use so much more of its power. I mean, I didn't even get to 60 then. Wasn't even there. Yeah, it was so much fun because you can really squeeze the throttle and just have a right laugh and be well within safe speed limits. These A2 compliant bikes, they're so appealing because they're just so fun. They're lightweight, agile as anything, got good amount of power for the road, and they're pretty good on fuel as well. I mean, let's face it, 57 miles per gallon, that's pretty damn good. Oh, that's a nice shot of the moon there, isn't it? Lovely shot of the moon.